Let's check volume. Let's turn it up. I keep on looking for the cipher. And by the way, if you're watching this, no, there's not a pre-trib rapture. The website y'all gave me trying to prove your point was not good. People about a pre-tribulation rapture, they give me the EBGBs. I think that's a heavy demonic spirit, a very heavy demonic realm that pushes that agenda. And I could be wrong. That's just the way I feel about it. But the cipher, we're always looking for the cipher because I feel like there's one cipher out there that they will go by, which of course the Lord goes by. And it all goes back to 2001, if my hunch is correct. We're just going to take a stab at this. And it's about the solar eclipses of that year. Okay. The solar eclipses of 2001, A Space Odyssey. And then what's his name's song, Space Oddity, David Bowie. And unique thing about the total solar eclipse is it landed right on the summer solstice, 6/21. So, and there would be a midpoint day. Let's go with a midpoint also, because that might be the cipher. That might be the cipher. 6/21. You know, the other one's on December 14th. And we remember in 2020, 19 years later, that was a Ring of Fire eclipse to the total solar eclipse of 2001. But on that 12/14, which is 121 fused with 214, the 214th verse of Revelation is 13:3, deadly wound, but did live. They are 176 days apart. Usually they're 177 or 176, or always they are. These are 88 days in both directions. So if we add 88 to it, it's going to land on September 17th, which is the lunar eclipse, which tells me that he's going down September 15th on a Saturday. And he will rise up through that full moon. If we go to 6/21, yeah. So if we go to this one, 6/21, hang on just a second. Sorry, it was on my other tab that was edged. There's your solar eclipses, 6/21. And, you know, somebody born that day in 1963, I almost married her. She was the most gigantic. She ended up becoming, in 2015, we were a heavy-eyed, almost married her twice. No engagement ring, but definitely spoken of. I love yous, all that. And the Lord just put it in my heart twice to come out of it. She turned 38 on, which is murder. in reverse full reduction. She turned 38 on that total solar eclipse. And she is the biggest, you know, that whole conspiracy that begins with the letter Q. And they were believing JFK Jr. was alive. Still do. They have Trump running the country. Well, if he was, then why was the Secret Service so poorly handpicked? LOL. That's a deep satanic thing, too. So anyway, that means that the cipher for murder, I'm telling you, man, we got to watch each day. But if we run that to September 15th, 8487. Oh, I know what it was. It was the hours. Go back. And anyway, you do see that it's 8488 on the 16th or 8488 if you include both dates. But I looked at the hours and that reminded me. If you look at this total solar eclipse to tomorrow, which is today when most of y'all are seeing this video, on 727, which is the length of IPEC GOAT. Look at the hours. We know to always look at the hours from the movie with Meryl Streep and Nicole Kidman called The Hours. Look at the hours from this total, from the cipher, this total solar eclipse on the summer solstice in 2001, which is why they made 2000, which would be then why they made 2001 the year that they brought down the twin Trumps, along with well, yeah, that's what they did. So, and Donnie Darko came out then also. We might as well run Darko's release dates to these, because remember, 2001: A Space Odyssey opens with an eclipse. "2001: A Space Odyssey" opens with a solar eclipse. Stealing begins with an eclipse, the Earth, Moon, and Sun in alignment. The Moon gradually moves towards the bottom of the screen, revealing the full Sun in an orange glow. It's not a view from Earth, but somewhere else in our solar system. What is the meaning of the opening scene of what type of eclipse was 2001: A Space Odyssey? So the Earth, Moon, Sun in alignment. What type of eclipse is Earth, Moon, Sun in alignment?
According to NASA science, there are two types of eclipses, lunar and solar. During a lunar eclipse, Earth's shadow obscures the moon. During a solar eclipse, the moon blocks the sun from view.
Solar eclipse occurs when Sun, Moon, and Earth line up. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make 10,000% sure. So Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey opens with a total solar eclipse. And it's called 2001. And there happened to be a total solar eclipse on the summer solstice. Is this the cipher? So if we run, what else we should do is run it to this year's X Across America. Actually, we need to run it to both. 621. We need to run it to both. So 8327, 83 is murder. And 1189 weeks, which is Donald J. Trump in Jewish gematria. And we need to run it to the one that begins the X across America total solars, which was on 821. Fascinating. 621 to 821. Nothing too big there. Not impressed. Just wanted to see it. 5905, 8327. 5905 times 8327. Nothing. Okay. So is there anything else that we really want to look? I feel like there's so much to unpack here. Yeah. So Donnie Darko. Donnie Darko was 2001, 119. They're going to tell us if that's the cipher 153, which represents the fish, representing the church, which is what the end times is all about. It's 21 weeks, 6 days for 216 code. So that's actually a smash hit. And then the big release date was October 26th. 127. 18 weeks, 1 day. 3048. So it's 348, which is murder Donald Trump in full reduction. Or reverse. Yeah, full reduction, I think. And we can look at anything else. Let's run 2001 A Space Odyssey's release. 2001 A Space Odyssey, Wikipedia. Let's run the movie's release to that total solar. It's April 2nd, April 3rd, May 1st. April 2nd, April 3rd, May 1st. And if I'm not mistaken, 1968. Yep, which is the MLK, RFK, psychological operation, psyops, whatever you want to call them. So April 2nd, 1968, April 3rd, and then May 1st. So we're going to say 1968. April 2nd. And is that April 2nd, April 3rd? Because then, of course, there's April 4th of this year. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of the build up. So we're going to run that to 2001. $121, which is Antichrist, fused with Revelation 13:3. 121:33. 9/11's in the hours. We're always told to look at the hours from the movie The Hours with Meryl Streep and Nicole Kidman. That, my friends, is a direct smash hit. And you might say, like, well, why are you bothering to look it up the next day? I say to you, Why not? We're going to look at the hours, the minutes, everything. It's 121.32. 33 years, 2 months, 18 days, 398, 18. The 98th verse we know. 9/11, 68 in the hours. 29/11, 68 in the hours. 2/11/92. And don't forget about the 92, as that's how many days it is, I think, from the Ring of Fire to 9/11. Because there was a Ring of Fire eclipse too. Yeah. So interesting with these midpoints. And then lastly, 1968. Oh, it's 1969. I'm sorry. No, 1968, May 1st, United Kingdom. May 1st. And let's run it to the cipher. It's the cipher. 121.04. Nothing else really sticks out. 33 years, 1 month. So anyway, if it's the cipher, '84, 37. 37 is a prime number for the church. 84, again, is Trump 6 times 14, or it's 7 times 12. 7 number for cleansing, 12 is number for the church. It's perfect for it to go down tomorrow. Look at the hours one more time. 2024, 88. It's just, that could be it. No doubt about it. But I'm going to say that this is the cipher. And just like we were looking at Black Star as being the cipher, Black Star, David Bowie, the deeply satanic, I don't know if that's his YouTube site, but I think it's on November. Yeah, that's his YouTube site. So it was like November 19th, 2015. November 19th, 2015. November 19th, 2015. To that total solar, 14 years, 4 months, 144 for the church. Other than that, nothing too outstanding. And then the album itself, January 8th, 2016. Remember, that's the 18 and 216, which is 6 plus 6 plus 6, and 6 times 6 times 6. 18, 216, 216. So 18, 6 plus 6 plus 6. So let's then run that January 8th, 2016. Nothing that really sticks out. Just really super curious about all that. So if the total solar eclipse of 2001 is the cipher along with the Ring of Fire, now we have total solar and Ring of Fire this year also. Let's run them and let's find the midpoint of both. because we know midpoints are just a big deal. There's your 177 days. So we're going to add 88.5, July 5th. So if July 5th is the midpoint or July 6th, either or. July 5th, July 6th, either or. To the September 17th, the other midpoint of 2001. So it'd be the midpoint of 2001's and the midpoint of this year. It would be 37 days. They're 74 days apart. So please know that's the second progression for the prime number for the church. 37 plus 37 is 74, which tells me we've really hit on it. That is the new moon this year, also on 7/5. Tells you that he's going down August 11th, which is closing ceremonies, or August 12th, like we've been looking at. My goodness gracious. My. Because we remember the two total solars that make the X across America at the exact midpoint. There was a total solar on 12/4, at the exact midpoint of the two total solars that make the X across America. There was a total solar on the exact midpoint, which was 12/14/2020, when Robinette got his electorials and when they administered the first therapy. So midpoints are such a big deal. Now, the midpoint, remember, an IPEC goat, Obama's eyes get gigantic. At the flower full moon of 2023. Right there. What were the chances of us landing on that? And it's 138 in the video. That's a lotus, represents rebirth. There were two total solars and two total lunars where they both had their midpoints on the exact same day. That was August 12th, the day Sirius, the dog star, rose. We just got through showing you the midpoint of both sets of eclipses in 2001 and 2024. The midpoint lands on the 11th, and I told you, or the 12th, because it's a half day. Remember, in the movie Back to the Future, what goes 88 miles per hour? The dog on 8/12, Sirius, the dog star, rises. So if we're right about that being the cipher, it's either September 15th for the event or right at, around August 11th, August 12th. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, which means we are clean on 7/27, the length of IPEC goat. Let me know what you think. Love you.